How's it going, Twitch? My name is Skull, and on behalf of East Asia Soft, welcome to today's stream. Today is Sunday, which means that it's time for me to play whatever I want, and today I am beginning my playthrough of LoveKami Trilogy, which got a physical release on Nintendo Switch through East Asia Soft, and physical releases are actually still available at playasia.com. The limited editions are all gone, but the standard editions are still there, plenty of them, so make sure you pick one up. So, LoveKami Trilogy is a trilogy of games, shocker, by Moe Novel, the same people who made my favorite visual novel, If My Heart Had Wings. So there's 3 games. Divinity Stage, which I will be beginning my playthrough of today, Useless Goddess, and Healing Harem. And yeah, I have looked it up, and these are short visual novels. The average person can get through these in anywhere between 3 and 6 hours, so we'll see how long it takes for me to get through them. All I know is that I've been looking forward to playing this for a while. I'm glad that I have the opportunity today. Let's go ahead and hop into LoveKami Divinity Stage. Again, I loved If My Heart Had Wings by the same people who made these, so if it's as good as that, then I think we're in for a treat. It's definitely shorter. If My Heart Had Wings is like a 40-hour game. These are like 5 each. I also looked it up, and there's apparently no correct path. There's no good ending, no bad ending. There's these 3 characters on screen, and you get to pick which one gets the ending. So I guess when we get to that point in the game, we'll just pick whichever one I like most. Anyway, LoveKami Divinity Stage, begin. Wow. The future sure is white. Probably turn up the volume a little. How's that? That's good. We got voice acting again. I missed that. Evening, Tim. Some sort of a student exchange program. You give us a god, we'll give you a human. Something like that. Imagine. Life's pretty good, Dim. The gods are nourished by, oh geez, Sakimitama, which brings forth their Jinriki. Sakimitama means the good hearts and goodwill of humanity. Okay, now I need to turn this down a little. Let's just set it there. What is this? A visual novel featuring girls. What else do you need to know? Sakimitama means the good hearts and goodwill of humanity. Faithful minds create better Sakimitama, which become a source of strength for the gods. And the path chosen by many goddesses to gather Sakimitama in today's society was, oddly enough, the entertainment industry. If I was a god, that's where I would go, the entertainment industry. This was the divine idol group L7. They were the most popular idol group of all. Is there a naked mode? Possibly. Playing on the big screen in front of Akihabara Station was L7's concert footage. Seeing as how they were all goddesses, of course they were beautiful, and they were great singers and dancers. No wonder they could get so popular. Yamato. But whenever she comes by the house, she's such a normal, down-to-earth girl. Sarah Benzaiten, the center girl in L7, was someone I knew personally. But the girl who glittered up there on stage was like a completely different person. I was proud of all her hard work, but at the same time, there was distance between us. It was a complicated feeling. But anyway, there sure are a lot of goddesses around Akiba these days. Driven by L7's popularity, divine idols were increasing by the day. Countless goddesses gathered here in Akihabara, the holy land for pop idols. They put on gaudy costumes, passed out flyers, and of course performed. A year ago, this place was packed with mere humans. Now it was full of goddesses with aspirations of idolhood. But no one really bats an eyelash at all the goddesses now. A year after the descent, they're already a normal part of daily life. Or at least that's what I thought. I guess the main guy character is Yamato. The intro flowing out of the speakers was solemn, like old imperial court music. But just when I thought it was another old divine idol, it flipped into a catchy pop melody. Okay. Powerful vocals exploded out of the speakers. All the passersby stopped what they were doing in response to the singing. But that was over in an instant. Most of the people quickly returned to their daily lives, walking off somewhere. Those who stayed, however, were enthralled by her song. I was one of those. This really is something. This little corner was overrun with the kind of heat that cut right to a person's soul. This music kind of bops, yo! She wasn't dressed like an idol, she was wearing the uniform of a nearby school, and her equipment was cheap busker-level stuff. Even then, when she sang, for an instant, she sparkled too. Her passionate performance touched something in me, and soon I was moving my body without even realizing it. At her call, some unseen force began to respond. Around her uniformed figure, countless balls of light appeared. They spun along with her dance moves, glittering and turned the performance into a gorgeous show. No human could have done it. It was divine work. She turned up the voltage and the street corner went wild. Her voice grew more fierce, more fiery, and her dancing more fervent. The crowd cheered as one, their fists raised in the air. Shuritan! It was like something out of a movie, and to think I hadn't felt anything special before. So this is what a divine idol is really like. I'd been completely enthralled by the power of a live Divine Idol show. Now I understood. I knew why everyone was so crazy about L7. The whirling lights started to close in and the song sounded like it was coming to a close. But the dancing lights didn't hold my eyes. They were fixed on her, still singing so happily. I ended up staying till the very end. I was warmed through and through. The performance still resonated through me, undying. I think she said her name was Shuri Kisuten. There's a little tips over there on the right side of the screen for if you guys want to, read along. I won't be reading them. Kiss Hoten. Apparently, she was striving to become a Divine Idol too. She was still an amateur compared to L7, but I couldn't deny I had been moved by her performance. There was something special about her voice, something that reached into people's hearts. Was it something every Divine Idol had, or something particular to her? As it was, I didn't really know, but I wanted to find out more. This place, Akihabara, had long been a holy land for pop idols, and others. Girls with dreams of idolhood had come and then gone. There were those whose dreams came true and they mounted the big stage, and those whose dreams had died here. Akihabara was a place with milestones for either path, a place of vari-colored memories. That will surely never change, not for people and not for goddesses. Divine idols are hatched here, and someday they may spread their wings and fly away. Fly away to that big sparkling stage. And now I understand why it's called Divinity Stage. Is the audio balance good for everyone? Just want to make sure. Ooh, those are nice billboards. I like those billboards. Excuse me. That passion I'd felt during the street performance hadn't faded. Shuri Kishoten. Her performance might have been special. It might not. I did not know enough about Divine Idols to make that judgment. Luckily, Akiba is the perfect place to learn. Can't wait to visit there myself. Thanks, Tim. Going one street in from Akihabara's main thoroughfare, the way grew crowded with lots of different shops. The area had been famous for maid cafes, and now goddess cafes were spreading. Goddess Cafe Amano Kaguyama. The sign out front says live shows. Hello, nurse. The shopkeeper led me to a seat. But I was thrown off by the crazy outfit in front of me. I knew that Divine Idols tended to show a lot of skin, but even so, this was something else. I wasn't doubting you. But it was a little suspicious. She was so bothered she leaned in closer to talk. And because of that, I got a bit more of a look than I'd expected and grew even more embarrassed. We call it the Descent, but it's not like the gods and goddesses just appeared in human form. They divided their spirits into LoveKami, and while each one is influenced by the original god, they aren't exact copies. A division of a goddess's divine spirit. Okay. Each LoveKami is different, with their own looks and character. She is one of Ame no Uzume's LoveKami. Wow, Ame no Uzume's LoveKami, but she is a person of her own, who is apparently called Kagura Amazu. Going to get tripped up on these names a few times. I know who Ame no Uzume is. Isn't she the goddess of entertainment? Ame no Uzume is not only the goddess of entertainment, but was also known for being fortunate. But apparently not many people know that these days. Goddesses whose popularity is in decline and lose Sakimitama often recover it by making their idol debuts. The goddess cafes of Akihabara are where these hatchling divine idols can start to strut their stuff. I took a look at the menu she handed me. It all looked fairly ordinary, pretty much the same as all the old maid cafes that filled Akiba. Let's see. Iced coffee, I guess. She was clearly disappointed. Is that not a good idea? Iced coffee? I'm with her. So how is that different from a regular rice omelet? I'd buy that for $1. Is that all? Okay then, I'll have the goddess rice omelet. The entire staff repeated the order. Do you know where they're saying comes from Skull? I buy that for $1. There was a... I feel like there's a... That was the catchphrase of like a game show host or something like that. I think sounds right. I could be wrong. It's definitely like a American thing. You might have thought that from... You thought you... Blah, blah, blah. You might have thought that would attract attention, but it didn't. It was the most popular dish, after all, so it wasn't exactly rare. She brought me my order and started shaking a ketchup bottle. Look at his face! He's terrified! Well, I guess I'll leave it to you then. Shaking the ketchup, her face went deadly serious. It was a tranquil moment, like the moment before a calligrapher lowers her brush to the paper. What? That's it? The stale atmosphere suddenly changed, and a frigid wind arose. The ketchup bottle waved above the omelet like the scepter of a Shinto priest. I was so swept up in that sight that I almost missed the faint light that started dancing above the rice omelet. So, this is a goddess rice omelet. In her presence, I reflexively sat up straighter. Although she seemed like a bit of a ditz, this girl was, after all, a goddess. I can't read it. Some goddesses just shouldn't write stuff out in ketchup, you know? She added a few hearts. It was an even bigger mess, but to be honest, I didn't mind. She left me and my goddess-signed rice omelet. It certainly looked blessed, but I wondered about the taste. It tasted like a perfectly ordinary rice omelet with a lot of ketchup. A rice omelet, huh? While I enjoyed my after-meal iced coffee, I looked around the goddess cafe. All the cute, idle, dreaming goddesses seemed to be having fun while they worked. Apart from their magic, they didn't really seem any different from normal girls. The lights went out, and a spotlight hit the tiny stage. The loud music started playing. It was the intro to an L7 song. A few divine idols appeared, centered around Kagura. So she can sing, but she can't write stuff out in ketchup. Yeah, Tim, there's always a ditz. Suddenly, all the customers who had been sitting quietly so far rushed up in front of the stage. They all gripped multicolored glow sticks and were cheering for their favorite goddess. The goddesses waved at the fans they recognized from the stage. I'm sure the fans were overjoyed at this close-up interaction. But even then, what's up with that? There was something going on with the goddesses around Kagura. Maybe it was because Kagura's outfit was so skimpy, but whenever she made any big movements, they covered her. I'm sure she was wearing something under there, but our eyes kept glancing around, trying to catch a glimpse. Good night, everybody. The goddesses guarding Kagura all nodded in agreement. It appeared all of this was normal here. This is a perfectly normal outfit that girls wear, as we all know. With the warm-up talk finished, it was finally time for the song to start. The crowd's eyes were fixated on Kagura, singing and dancing with all her heart. I felt a sense of unity with this show, far beyond what I'd been watching Shuri's street performance earlier. Kagura was the center of the action, but the others sang and danced right with her. It overflowed with the power of a group performance, something far different from a solo artist. Everyone gave their whole attention to the performance, and the girls all watched the audience as well. The whole shop became one stage, and everyone was united in the show. Just like the others, I was on my feet, fists in the air. During breaks in the singing, Kagura kept calling out to the audience. The dancing kept getting more furious, and we in the audience grew more deeply enthralled. Gradually, they blocked less and less of Kagura's skin, and the more we saw, the more thrilled we got. The glances of her bare skin were captivating, but strangely it was less erotic than it had been before the show started. The singing, the dancing, and this outfit, the three became one, all part of the show. And then, as the energy uniting the stage and the audience reached its maximum, Kagura exploded into emotion. As her hands touched her costume, it began to unfold like giant wings. Huh? Wait! Her costume, already skimping, became even more revealing. She rushed to cover the vital bits, but barely made it. That guy's excited! The crowd went wild, and what's more, it was like her stripping was almost to be expected. No one tried to rush the stage, but everyone was focused solely on her. She and the crowd grew more fervent as one. Even more than this? Again, her hands went over her costume. Was she seriously going to take more off? If she did, there'd be no way to cover what needed covering. And she flung her arms open. The other goddesses rushed to cover her, but there was no way they'd make it. Stop! I jumped on stage by reflex. I stood in front of Kagura to hide her from the audience. What are you doing taking her clothes off in front of everyone? Girls shouldn't do that! Kagura thanked me with a puzzled look on her face. What am I doing? I was supposed to be here watching Divine Idols putting on a show, but there I was, rushing the stage and completely destroying the mood. I got a thorough talking to in the back room, and then finally they let me go. I'm just glad I didn't get banned. Ms. Amauzu? Kagura appeared before me, dressed in her uniform. Yamato Tatsumi. I'm really sorry about what happened just now. I apologized again for ruining her performance. People rushing to cover you up. Apparently her show gets stopped quite often because of her stripping. If I hadn't got on stage and stopped her, it would probably have ended up the same way anyway. Well, do you have to let all your clothes go too? Oh yeah, the catch up on rice thing, yes, absolutely, that's what I'm taking away from this for sure. They say that when Amaterasu got angry and hid in the Ame no Iwato cave, Ame no Uzume had danced and taken off her clothes to make her come out. Since Kagura is a Wakamitama, that's gonna really trip me up, Wakamitama for a goddess like that, it's only natural she'd be influenced by that part of the goddess's nature. That's dangerous! Are you sure you're gonna be okay? Is your boss a goddess too?
でも今日はヤマトがステージに乱入してくれたから店長の怒りの矛先がそっちに向いたので私はセーフでした。
Yay. What do you mean? She's glad I got in trouble instead of her. Oh well, I guess if I was able to protect her and her pay, there's some relief there.
ごめんね。
Please don't pay it any mind. At least it did some good.
もう
Kagura stared at me with a troubled look, like something was bothering her. What is it?
お店の外なんだからそういうのをやめてほしいな。
What exactly do you mean by that?
だからその丁寧口調は友達と話すみたいに普通にしてよ。
Look, lady, I've known you for all of 10 minutes, and half of that was me covering you up. I don't think that we're close enough to be considered friends at this point. Oh, if that's what you want, Kagura. Gotcha.
よろしい。
When I lightened my tone, Kagura seemed pleased. Whoops. She had seemed cheerful working at the Goddess Cafe, but now she actually seemed more relaxed and happier. You eat and watch a show in 10 minutes doing your fast? Yeah, well. Meaning, this must be the real Kagura Amazu.
覚えたよ、ヤマトのこと。次はちゃんと最後まで私のステージ見てね。
And with those words, Kagura disappeared into the Akiba streets. And that's Kagura. I'm home. Pulling aside the door curtain, I arrived back at our kimono shop, Tatsumi's. Being one of the Tatsumi's on the sign, I live here in living space at the back of the shop. There's no one manning the shop again. They're asking for trouble. Mother and father weren't that old, but maybe inheriting this old kimono shop gave them old-fashioned ideas. Despite all the valuable kimonos stored here, they often left without locking the door. Luckily, here in Konda, there were a lot of old wholesalers and small shops, and everyone looks out for each other, so we've not had any trouble so far. Someone's here? Someone was in the back of the shop. My mother? Or perhaps... I guess this is the part where Yamato develops a nosebleed. I beheld a heavenly being. She was probably trying things on, as she was wrapped in a light underrobe. It was Sarah. That was no heavenly being. That was my friend, the goddess. Sarah Benzaiten was the center for L7, making her one of the most popular divine idols there were. And right now, she was changing clothes in front of me? I knew I shouldn't be looking, but I couldn't seem to avert my eyes. And then he died. He's about to get murdered. She was humming happily. Even without using any jinriki, that voice could enthrall people, and the clear tone of it was full of healing power. I had been moved by Shuri's passionate singing, but Sarah's healing voice held another kind of enchantment. Under other circumstances, I'd probably have been thinking about their differences. But right now, the sight before my eyes blew all such thoughts out of my mind. I held my breath, watching Sarah. The sun shone through her dress, making it transparent and showing the outline of her body. Her womanly curves gave rise to all kinds of ideas. It grew hard to breathe, and my heart pounded loud in my ears. I couldn't leave, nor could I move closer. I was frozen in place. Sarah's humming stopped. The breeze from the window gently fluttered her light robe. I couldn't see her skin, but then Sarah's attention fell from her song. In that instant, the spell fell from me as well.
Yamato-kun?
Her gaze turned toward the shop entrance, toward me. Sarah?
おかえりなさい。
Saying nothing of my peeping, she just welcomed me with a soft smile. No, but he's gonna die later. They always do. I am so very sorry! I was bowing to the ground in front of Sarah, apologizing for watching her get changed. I was doing a really good job, if I do say so myself.
もういいから、そんなに謝らなくても。私は別に気にしてないし。それとも何かな？ヤマト君は私の大事なとこ見ちゃったりしたのかな？
No, I didn't. I mean, I saw the silhouette of something.
そっかそっか。ならギリギリセーフだね。
Even without seeing the important bits, Sarah's silhouette in that dress had been more exciting than mere nudity ever could be. I didn't want her to see me like this, so I kept my face averted.
あら、もしかして照れてるの？
Well, it is embarrassing. After all, I did get caught watching the famous Divine Idol getting changed. And if Sarah's fans found out, it could cause all kinds of trouble. At the same time, seeing her like that had been extremely stimulating.
ヤマト君もそういうの気にしちゃう年頃なんだね。
After teasing me a little, suddenly she seemed to soften. She wrapped her arms around me and rested her weight on my body like always. Wait, Sarah, what are you doing?
かわいいな、ヤマト君は。抱きつかれたくらいでわたわたしちゃって。
Of course! I mean, anyone would get like this, being hugged like a beautiful woman like you.
そっかそっか。なんだか嬉しいな。お姉さん、ギューってしたくなっちゃう。
You hear that, Dim? She considers herself a big sister. What a trope.
ギュー。
She must have thought my resistance was funny because she pressed her whole body against me and squeezed. She was so soft and warm and smelled so good. I forgot for a moment that she was a goddess and an idol.
ごめんください。え？
A customer showed up at the worst possible moment.
あら、お客様よ。いらっしゃい。
Sarah greeted the customer pleasantly, still pressed up against me. Hey, let go of me! You're scaring the customer! Peeling Sarah off of me, I forced a smile on my face. Welcome! Thank you for coming. So, And I finally noticed. It was the girl from the street performance earlier.
ごめんなさい。やっぱりいいわ。別の店に行くから。
No, wait! Aren't you Shuri Kizuden?
私のこと知ってるの？
She stopped at my words just as she had been walking out the door. I just found out! You performed in front of Akihabara Station today, didn't you?
私のライブ見てくれたんだ。
Her wary look didn't change, but somehow she seemed happier.
つまり私のファンってことよね。ライブ見てくれてありがとう。
She might have been embarrassed thanking me directly because she turned bright red and stuck her hand out.
だからもうファンなら握手してあげるってこと。起承転するよ。よろしく。
Nice to meet you. I was half forced into shaking her hand. But it was true that her street performance had moved me. She'd kind of just decided I was a fan, but I didn't mind, actually.
ああ、あなたがシュリちゃんなのね。はじめまして。 お姉さんにはいつも
It's these two in Kagura, I bet.
なんでここに弁財天皿がいるの？だってここ彼氏の家だもん。
Does he know that he's your boyfriend? Joking around, she embraced me again. I really wish she would get her pranks under control.
もしかしてスキャンダル私目撃しちゃったの？
Shorty was almost ready to explode. Her statements were becoming almost incomprehensible. Sarah was an old hand at pranks, and since Shuri's composure was wearing thin, this prank just added fuel to the fire.
そうよ、ここにいるのはそっくりさん。弁財天さらにのがっかり系美人に違いないわ。そういうこと言うんだ。ならお姉さん本気出しちゃうんかな。
That could be interesting. Sarah let out a cute little sound and her whole body started to shine with a faint light.
どう？これで私が弁財天サラダって証明できたかしら？
Far beyond a mere costume change, in an instant, her whole body morphed. Now, dressed in her full L7 outfit, Sarah exuded an aura that no mere idol could match.
すごい。ライブの衣装と同じだ。信じてもらえた？はい。でも、この人間のオスとはどのようなご関係で？
She turned her suspicious gaze on me as if I were some kind of villain. I guess that being overfamiliar with Sarah, who was apparently worthy only of worship, seemed to make me look like a dangerous stalker.
だから私の彼氏なの。
Sarah, still not taking the hint, embraced me yet again. Somebody's jealous. Stop screwing around! She's going to believe you!
ってことはごめんね。ちょっとからかってみただけなの。ヤマト君はこの店の息子さんで知り合いなのよ。本当ですか？ほら、私のキラキラな瞳を見て。これでも嘘をついてると思う？うわ、まつげ長い。
Of course.
信じてもらえたかしら？そうですよね。冷静に考えてみれば、あの弁財天すらに彼氏なんているはずないですし。
At any rate, it looks like we cleared up that misunderstanding.
ところでシュリちゃんは辰巳屋に用事があってきたのよね。
Oh, yes! Welcome! Can I help you find anything? I switched into customer service mode.
そうね。もしかしてアイドル衣装？はい。このことはうちのお姉ちゃんには絶対秘密にしてほしいんですけど。
Your sister. As Sarah explained, Shuri's big sister was Bishamonten. Bishamonten. One of Buddhism's four heavenly kings. Okay. She was a member of L7 and was apparently quite close to Sarah.
秘密にするのはいいけど、お姉さん
This is a very interesting game. Yes, Bucky.
私が神様アイドルになるって言ったら、きっとお姉ちゃん心配すると思うから。心配してあれこれそう焼いて。確かにあの子ならそうなっても不思議はないわね。
Sarah clearly thought Bishamonten was a bit of a worrywart when it came to her little sister.
お姉ちゃんの足を引っ張りたくないんです。だから実力を認められるまで内緒ってことで。今度のオーディションで合格したらきっと私のこと認めてくれると思うんです。お姉ちゃんの隣に立っても恥ずかしくない。そんな神様アイドルになりたいから。
If she went public as a raw amateur, she'd just hold her sister back. so she wanted to reach her full potential before taking the stage by her sister. Even I could understand the sense in that. But one thing did bother me. May I ask one question? What exactly do you mean by this audition? The room froze at my question.
なんとなくそうかなとは思ってたけど、やっぱりヤマト君は知らなかったか。嘘、オーディションのこと本当に知らないの？普通にニュース番組でも取り扱われてるし、告知ポスターだってそこら中で見かけるでしょ？
No, I am sorry, but I honestly don't know what you're talking about. The two both had a look on their faces like, what's wrong with this poor idiot? And then someone else showed up to rub my face in it.
こんにちは。ってあれ、どうして弁財天サラがここに？
What an amazing coincidence. It was yet another goddess I just met earlier.
この子、私と全く同じリアクションしてるわ。なら、もう一度。
A grinning Sarah wrapped her arms around me again. Huh? Please stop that!
彼氏じゃないなら抱きつかないでください。人前でそんなことするなんてはしたないですよ。
Since I was frozen in place, Shuri peeled Sarah off for me.
おお、弁財天サラの恋人発覚。っていうかさ、そこにいるのはヤマトだよね。
Oh, Kagura, it's you again.
さっきぶりだね、ヤマト。あれあれ、もしかしてお知り合い？私も聞かせてほしいわね。どうやら同じ学園のお仲間のようだし。
Indeed, Shuri and Kagura were wearing the same uniform. The design was slightly different, but Sarah's was the same too. Now that Shuri had pointed it out, these three goddesses clearly all went to the same school. Wow, what a coincidence. It was the second year since the establishment of the Divine Education Act. In places all over the country, these educational zones were expanding. The area spreading from Ueno Okachimachi to Akihabara had been designated as one of these zones. Being in Kanda, I didn't have a lot of direct contact, but I knew that there was a designated school over by Yushima. So, it looks like you're all students at the same school, but you've never met. So maybe you should introduce yourselves. I guess I should start since it's my idea. I'm the only son of the owners of Tatsumi's, Yamato Tatsumi.
吉祥天首里よ。一応神様アイドル志望ってことでよろしく。弁財天サラ、神様アイドルやってます。あと、ヤマト君の恋人も兼任してます。
You are not.
はいはい、そのギャグはもうお腹いっぱいですから。
Shuri had enough experience now to know to stop Sarah when she tried to grab me.
それであなたは？見たところ神様なのはわかるけど。アマーズカグラです。神様アイドル志望。一応雨のうつめやってます。ああ、おたふくも。はじめまして。どうぞよろしく。
Sarah shook her hand with a gentle smile. Getting her hand shook by the famous center of L7, Kagura went stiff with nervousness.
神様アイドル志望ってことは、あなたも今度のオーディションに？うん、もちろんエントリーしてるよ。順位は全然下の方だけどね。そっか、お互い苦戦してるみたいね。
It looked like Shuri was in the same boat as Kagura. So, I hate to throw a damper on things, but could someone please go ahead and explain this audition to me?
仕方ないわね。それじゃあざっくり説明してあげる。
Shuri put on a helpful face and made herself the official audition explainer. The popular divine idol group L7. They were apparently having an audition for a new member. Many wondered if it was okay to increase membership of a group called L7, but apparently it's not a problem. L7 started when the 7 goddesses of good luck combined to make an idol group. And so you would think that the number 7 would be important, but apparently even the 7 goddesses of good luck were originally 8. So based on that idea, this upcoming audition was the first step in renaming the group L8. The 8th goddess of luck was apparently Kishoten. Since Shuri is one of the goddesses Wakamitama, she's not unrelated to the story.
オーディションはネット投票で行われる予選とステージでパフォーマンスをする本戦に分かれているの。ちょうど今予選が行われてる最中なんだよ。
Hopefully those goddesses who make it through the 3-month qualifier voting will have a chance to perform in the main audition. Every night the little hatchling divine idols do their best to make it to the final round. This is American Idol, but with goddesses. Got it. I think I get the gist of it. Sounds like you two are in a tight spot.
神様アイドル用の衣装がないとやっぱり人気は出ないのかなって思って、それでお姉ちゃんが話してた辰宮さんに衣装を仕立ててもらおうと思って来たのよ。かぐらちゃんも同じかしら。私はちゃんとアイドル服持ってるよ。今日はここの噂を聞いて偵察に来ただけ。
What the heck did she mean by scouted out? I was interested to know what kind of rumors she's heard.
噂は正しかったみたいだね。L7 の弁財天サラがここにいるんだもん。
So why were you surprised when you saw her?
L7 の衣装は全員ここで作ってもらってるからね。
Oh, I get it. You thought that if you had your outfits made at the same place as L7, you'd share some of their popularity. To preserve their privacy, Tatsumi's never reveals details of their customers in public. But among the goddesses, it looked like our shop was developing a bit of a reputation. Okay then, Miss Kishoden. Why don't we discuss the details of your outfit?
カグラはどうするの？あなたもここで新しい衣装を仕立てる？私はやめとく。お金ないし。
Even if they were goddesses, they still had the same money problems as humans. Leaving aside Sarah and her success with L7, for most goddesses, things rarely went the way they wanted.
でもどうしよう。このままじゃ予選の順位も上がらないよね。私も衣装を作ったからって急激に順位が上がるとも思えないし。みんな凝った衣装を着てるから。 それが大きな売りになるとは思えないわね。
Well, although that does help. Kagura and Shuri both had troubled expressions, and even Sarah looked thoughtful, like she was getting reeled into their problems. Hey Sarah, as a current L7 member, do you have any advice for them?
そうね。サラさん、ぜひ私にアドバイスしてください。私もよろしくお願いします、サラさん。
The desperate pair drew in close to Sarah, but she just looked upset.
ごめんなさい。それはできません。関係者だから特定の神様に協力はできないの。
Since she was a member of L7, she would be involved in the decision side of things. Since the slightest bit of advice could come across as a breach of impartiality, she had to be careful with every word. Oh, I see. That's fair enough.
サラさんに相談するなんて甘かったのかな。みんなそれぞれ自分の力だけで頑張ってるんだもんね。
You're best on your own, huh? I guess idol auditions were always lonely battles. But then I thought again, is that really so? I wonder. What about doing it together instead of on your own? Even if everyone was a rival, it didn't mean you had to be enemies. By cooperating with another goddess in the same situation, at the very least, the battle would no longer be lonely.
なるほど。ユニットを組むってことね。おお。面白いかもしれないわね。オーディション活動をソロでやるなんて決まりはないんだし。よーし。じゃあ私とシュリでユニットを組もう。決まりだね。ちょっと待って。
Yeah, wait a minute. Shuri kept herself under control, throwing a bit of a damper on Kagura's enthusiasm.
ユニットを組むアイデアはいいと思うけど、その相手があなたである必要はないでしょ。それはそうだけど。でもそんな都合よくユニット相手が見つかるかしら。別に神楽がダメとは言ってません。ユニットを組むにふさわしいかどうか確認したいだけです。
Yeah, I haven't even heard her sing yet. Fair enough, you know?
相手を誰にするかで勝敗は大きく変わってくるはず。だからここは慎重にいきたいの。
I understand what you're trying to say, but how exactly do you plan to make the kind of judgment?
神楽のオーディションの順位次第ね。私より大幅に下だとしたらさすがに組めないから。まず神楽、今のあなたの順位は？確か34位だったと思うけど。
She's higher than Shuri, isn't she?
やっぱり低すぎるかな。シリはもっとずっと上なんだよね。それはその。
Shuri was clearly avoiding eye contact. She didn't seem to want to say what her rank was.
どれどれ？シュリちゃんの順位はと。
Sarah took out her smartphone and started to check the rankings on the spot.
待て。39位よ。
Yeah, she's lower than Kagura. Well, below Kagura.
私の方が全然上だよ。
Yay.
なかなかの実力者のようね。いいわ。あなたとユニットを組んであげる。
Who didn't see that coming, but it was still so funny. Shuri spoke down to Kagura despite the fact that Kagura was higher on the list.
よっしゃー。ならユニット結成ってことでいいね。後でゴニョゴニョ言ってもダメだから。分かってるわよ。一度決めたことについて後からとやかく言わない。
She seemed to reach a resolution. They would surely be butting heads from here on out, but we were witnessing the birth of an improvised divine idol duo. But what specifically are you going to do as a duo?
同じ歌を歌ってダンスを合わせるとか？その程度しか思いつかないわね。サラさん。
Even though she just denied them, Kagura continued to try to butter up Sarah. Sarah couldn't resist the kind of schmoozing and couldn't keep brushing her off.
気持ちはわかるけど、やっぱりダメよ。それに同じ神様の私に聞いてどうするの？人を喜ばせるためのアイドル活動なんだから、神様の意見じゃなく人の意見を参考にしなさい。ってことは、
Yamato! Shuri and Kagura turned their eyes to me. Hold on! Now, me?
だってここにいる人間はあなただけだし。ユニットのアイデアをくれたのもヤマトだしね。オーディションのライバル同士を組ませるなんて発想、普通はなかなか出てこないものよ。
It looked like their esteem for me was rising. It was true, though, that goddesses became idols to collect Saki Mitama, so I understood why they would ask a human's opinion. But why me?
もしかして迷惑だったかな。
No, it's no trouble, just...
今頼れるのはあなただけなの。お願いヤマト、私たちに力を貸して。
Why me? Was all I could keep thinking. But after all, I was the one who offered them this twinkle of hope, not someone else. Okay, fine. If I'm the one you want, then I guess I'll help out. I, Yamato Tatsumi, as a representative of humanity, will cooperate with your pop group Shuri Kishoten and Kagura Azumo. Amazu. What's with all the girls hugging him? Shuri and Kagura were overcome with happiness and wrapped me in hugs. Yeah, no kidding. Shuri backed away, almost pushing me over in the process. I was glad to be released, but still a little sad. Interrupting Sarah as she tried to muscle in on me, she grabbed the cuff of my sleeve. She seemed to be showing that, although she didn't want to hug me, she didn't want to hand over her spot. How do all these guys get this lucky, huh? They must have protagonist syndrome. All the ladies flocked to them. While I waited for Shuri to get her aisle outfit sorted, I stood by in my room. To kill time, I tried to figure out what the pair should do as a duo by looking up ideas on the net. After about an hour, Shuri was finally ready to show her outfit. I wondered if it was a good idea to be so vague about her own outfit, but actually most goddesses did the same. We usually just asked what general image they wanted, then used that as a more striking design. That's why Tatsumi's was so popular with goddesses, in fact. The audition qualifier had already started. If she wanted to show off her new outfit, she needed it to be finished as soon as possible. She's been providing her opinion at Tatsumi's for a while now. I guess she'll be fair, so it won't affect the audition. Shuri's outfit wouldn't be getting any special treatment. Other entrants would have exactly the same chance. Well then, now that Ms. Kishoten is here, why don't we talk about the duo? Shuri said, raising her hand. You don't mind if I just call you Shuri? Okay, got it. Shuri. Stupid error again, hate those dim. Shuri seemed pretty condescending, unlike Kagura, but I guessed I could just let it go since it was just her character. Let's start with what we know of your current situation. I opened up the site for L7's new member audition. There were all kinds of stuff on there, but mainly it announced the voting results in real time. Shuri's rank hadn't changed since she told us what it was earlier. Currently, there were 52 goddesses in the preliminaries. When you thought of it that way, Shuri was far into the bottom half. Next, let's look at Kagura. And you need to be top 12 to get an audition.
それでも私より上だからいいわよ。
They paired up into one duo, but they were still rivals. Once they noticed even the smallest difference in rank, it would be tough to let it go. You need to think of this ranking as just a point of reference. The problem is, how do you move up the ranks? I felt sorry to say it, but it didn't seem like Shuri or Kagura had any particular plans for the qualifier. As hatchling divine idols, they were just doing the same thing as always.
なら、ヤマトはどうしたらランクアップできると思う？
You've only just formed the duo, so nothing's going to change immediately. You have to take it easy and let everyone find things out little by little.
そんな悠長なこと言って、時間は残り少ないのよ。
I know. So you have to use the time you have left efficiently. You have to announce what you're doing as a duo every day. If you guys try lots of stuff, building your pairing through trial and error and let everyone see that, I think it would really be interesting.
いいじゃない。ファンの反応も良くなりそう。いきなり完璧にするなんて無理だしね。少しずついいユニットにしていけばいいよ。
It looked like Shuri and Kagura agreed. All that was left was to get started. So, the first thing is to announce the formation of your duo. I switched my smartphone to record video and turned it on Shuri and Kagura. Goddesses in the competition could upload pictures and videos to the audition site.
ちょっとまだ撮ってないわよね。アイドルの衣装はどうする？私が制服なんだから、カグラも合わせなさいよ。
Luckily, they went to the same school, so their matching uniforms helped them look like a real duo. Ready? Let's get rolling!
待って、いきなり言われても困るし、ユニット結成宣言だよね。何を言えばいいの？自分の名前とユニット結成しますってだけでいいんじゃないかな。それだけ？そんな適当なのでいいの？
You're a duo that started through momentum and improvisation, so I think that's a good way to start. Rather, that's about all these two can handle right now. They just ran into each other for the first time today, and became a duo to help break through the audition qualifier. Right now, they're just riding the moment. Who knows what will happen after this? It's exciting just to think about. Okay, we're rolling! This time, they let me start recording. Shuri was still flustered, while beside her, Kagura kept poking her with her elbow.
ちょっと私からなの？吉祥天シュリです。アマーズカグラだよ。この度私とカグラはユニットを結成することにしました。わーい、パチパチパチ。
It's a fun word.
カグラも何か言いなさいよ。了解。2人でオーディション予選を突破するためにライバルだけど手を組むことにしました。1人じゃ無理でも2人ならなんとかなるってやつだね。正直ユニットを組む相手がこの子でいいのかものすごく不安ですが。ちょっと待って、それはこっちのセリフだし、これでも私の方が上なんだからね。会の順位差なんてほとんど意味ないんだから。
Yeah, this is going to help their popularity, isn't it?
それでも今は私が上だもん。つまりシュリより人気があるってことでしょ。くぬぬ。だから2人のユニットは私がリーダーでいいよね。ちょっと待ちなさい。それだけは譲れないわ。いや、これは確定事項だから。ユニットの名前もカグラ&シュリで決定だよ。そこはシュリ&カグラでしょ。っていうか何その名前並べただけのユニット名は。正式なのはそのうち決めればいいじゃん。とにかく仮でもいいから名前つけとかないと。それもそうね。じゃあシュリ&カグラカッコ仮でいいわ。カグラ&シュリカッコ仮だし。
Wow. At some point, they might say, no, we're starting over. Okay, cut! Oh, you two are perfect together. I figured that was the perfect timing to end the video. Just then, the two of them came back to their senses. Why? You guys were great! Shuri and Kagura, excuse me. Ugh. Didn't sleep much last night. Shuri and Kagura reached critical mass almost immediately. Their personalities were fundamentally just too different. I think it's great if you start out rough. That way the attraction becomes wondering how you'll ever make it. If they could keep up this kind of back and forth, they had so much potential. And as for the point of contention, the duo name. Since you guys are arguing over the name so much, why not leave that up to a vote as well? We could decide it based on the comments fans leave on the video. After all, it's just a temporary name, so changing it won't be a problem. This guy's actually a genius content creator. I wouldn't have thought of any of this. He's really smart here. Since it was settled, I uploaded the video to each of their accounts directly from my smartphone. Then I left a comment asking for people to vote on a temporary name, and we were all ready. She really thought it would take like 5 seconds. Okay, it took 5 seconds. We'll see what it ends up being. I'll tell you. This audition was getting a lot of attention and the responses were really fast. The view count was already going through the roof and comments were rolling in. I think it does have a good hook. You're off to a good start. That's true. Can I boost up the voices a little? Voices are already at 100%? Are you kidding me? Okay. Apparently it was embarrassing having to thank me again as Shuri's face went bright red and she kept fidgeting. Being treated like that made me feel self-conscious too. Well, at any rate, it looks like your duo is officially started. Let's keep this momentum up. Shuri and Kagura's announcement caused quite a reaction considering they were practically unknown before. The spontaneous, unrehearsed way they spoke and argued with each other was well received. But it's not working out quite as well as I thought. There had definitely been a positive response, but it wasn't enough to affect their popularity yet. So far, people seem to appreciate that it was a novel idea, but that was it. If we didn't follow it up with some real updates, they could easily lose interest. With that in mind, I felt half expectant, half worried. Unlike me, Shuri had already cheered up. Really?
貝の神様アイドルなんて全然相手にされないもの。コメントつけてくれる人はいても
I feel that.
少しだから。
I feel that.
私はシュリよりマシだけど、でも今上位にいる子たちとは全然比べ物になんないよ。
I see. As far as Shuri and Kagura were concerned, our opening move was already a success, even if the effect was less dramatic than I'd been hoping for. I'd looked at the girls' individual photos and videos, and they all had less than 10 comments. This video had already broken that record several times over. I could understand their excitement.
つかみはオッケーって感じね。なかなかいいスタート切れたんじゃない？そうだね。まあ唯一にして最大の問題は
You leave it up to the fans to vote. That's what happens.
これが世間の正当な評価ということよ。面白いさ。
By noon, the comments gave Shuri a slight lead in the race for top billing. So, for today at least, they're going under the name Shuri and Kagura. To be confirmed. Why not start off with a little informal rehearsal?
オッケー。シュリ&カグラ、カッコ仮のリーダーであるこの私が練習用の機材を提供してあげるわね。屈辱だ。
The name and leader of the duo was decided by public vote. I'd be tallying the results every day at noon, so the leader's reign only lasted for one day.
明日は絶対私が勝つもん。
Ah, good night, everybody.
はいはい。じゃあ始めるわよ。
Refusing to rise to Kagura's bait, Shuri set out for her equipment. It was the same stuff she always used for her street performances. I'm all set too. Just begin whenever you're ready. I'd been given the role of filming Shuri and Kagura, TBC, during their practice session. This time, instead of filming on my phone, I was using a video camera I borrowed from my parents.
カグラも L7 の曲ならわかるでしょ。ボーカルはいいからダンスだけやってみましょう。オッケー。じゃあ私はサラさんのパートにしようかな。じゃあ私はお姉ちゃんのパートで。
After another 3 minutes of discussing technical details, the little meeting came to an end. Well, I'm glad that's all settled. Start the music! A light rhythmic intro started to flow from the speaker. It was one of L7's songs, one that even I knew. Shuri and Kagura adjusted their positions and began to dance in time with the music. As I watched, I got the feeling that they might make a good team after all. For the first few seconds. Shuri stepped on Kagura's foot.
ちょっと邪魔しないでよ。そっちこそ自分の場所を守ってよね。カグラってば手を振りすぎ。危ないじゃない。ダンスは大きく動かなきゃみんなに伝わらないんだよ。
Even as they argued, they continued to dance. Maybe it would have been a better idea to stop them. How about you both move a little more apart for a moment? Both of them were getting in each other's way. They had to move further and further apart until they had enough space to dance without colliding. But moving that far apart was the worst thing a duo could do. Okay, that's enough.
なかなかのものだったでしょ。私ダンスには自信あるんだ。シュリよりは良かったと思うんだけど。
Sorry, but neither of you were any good. You're supposed to be working together here, not each doing your own thing. I gave the girls my honest opinion. Learning not to be afraid of bumping into each other was going to be an especially important part.
でも誰かに合わせるのって難しいっていうか。カグラのダンスってちょっと独特だからね。あ、一応褒めてるのよ。いい特徴だと思うから。
Well, that was kind. Shuri had a real knack for not provoking others even when she was criticizing them. I guess she really was thinking seriously about the duo. Do you have any ideas, Shuri?
神楽が合わせられないなら私が合わせるしかないかなって。
That's a good idea.
いいの？その方がまとまりそうだしね。それにダンスに関してはあなたの方が上手みたいだから。ありがとう。そう素直に褒められるとなんだか照れちゃうね。その代わりボーカルはこっちに合わせて。歌唱力についてはそこそこ自信あるんだから。
The girls managed to allocate their respective roles. Kagura was in charge of dance steps, while Shuri would provide the main vocals. Okay, let's try it with the vocals this time. Back to practice. I hoped they'd do a little better now that they were on better terms. Did it work? We'll never know.
なんでそんな動きできるのよ。
Good night, everybody.
シュリこそ歌超うまいじゃん。私自信なくなっちゃうよ。それはこっちのセリフよ。もうこの先うまくいくか不安になっちゃう。
We repeated the same song several times, practicing both the steps and the lyrics. Shuri and Kagura were totally exhausted. It's only the first day, you've still got plenty of time to improve. And you're more comfortable working together now, right?
そうね。少なくとも役割分担はこれでいいと思うわ。それぞれ同じくらいのレベルだったら絶対口論になってたと思うし。ダンスはあんたにかなわないわ、カグラ。歌はシュリの勝ちでいいよ。争う気にもなんない。とりあえずユニットとして共闘しましょう。
Shuri held out her hand.
期待してる。二人で頑張ろう。
All right! The two girls shook hands.
ヤマト、ちゃんと撮ってる？
Of course!
さすが撮影担当だね。いいシーンは逃さない。
Is there any reason why she's still that far down? I gave them a thumbs up. I don't know if she's like just resting her legs because she's dancing so much or what. There, it's done. I finished editing the video I'd taken today and uploaded it to the site. It featured the rehearsal and a few of Shuri and Kagura's exchanges. I wondered what kind of response it'd get. Oh, right. As for your current rankings, Shuri, 27th. Kagura, 30th. They both improved a little. Actually, Shuri shot up. Wow, like 10 full steps. The first video must have done its job, but it was interesting how Shuri was higher than Kagura now. I was looking forward to finding out what the duo name would be tomorrow. That is interesting. And the difference between them got smaller as well. That's true. The next day, as soon as I got up in the morning, I loaded up the audition site. I guess this won't be that easy. I was full of anticipation as I checked the comments on our video, but unfortunately, the response was lukewarm. The initial announcement may have been kind of sensational, but the rehearsal footage just highlighted the girls' inexperience. I guess giving it your best by itself is not enough to pull in the fans. Of course, there were some genuinely positive comments, but there were also plenty that were honest about the flaws in Shuri and Kagura's performance. Looks like my fears hadn't been unfounded after all. It was time to shake things up a little. Shuri and I had dropped by the Goddess Cafe to wait for Kagura to finish her shift. As soon as we stepped inside, she bounded up to us to announce her news. It went without saying that a new victor had been decided in the ongoing battle for leadership of the duo.
フスが良いぞ。
Wow.
もうヤマトからも何か言ってよ。
Maybe I'll have a word with the manager.
待って、ほんとごめん。もう調子に乗らないから、それだけは勘弁して。
Kagura looked genuinely repentant.
この店の店長さんってそんなに怖いの？
Probably not. It's getting her pay deducted that Kagura's afraid of. Losing a chunk of her salary would have a serious effect on Kagura's daily life. We shouldn't joke about it.
ところで、ヤマトがさっき言ってた話だけど。何々？動画の反応がいまいちだった件？
I had already told both of them about the disappointing response. The reason we were meeting up now was to discuss what we could do about it.
ヤマトの気持ちもわかるけど、こればかりはしょうがないんじゃないかな。私もそう思う。ユニット組んですぐだもん。急に上手くなるなんて無理だし。
Yeah, maybe all we can do is upload a few more videos to try and show your progress.
そのことなんだけど、一つ朗報っていうかお知らせ。あさってくらいには私のアイドル衣装が完成しそうだって。
Woohoo!
おお、もうできるんだ。さすが辰巳屋さん、仕事が早い。
Haha, quit it. I'm blushing.
ヤマトを褒めたんじゃなくて、あなたの実家を褒めたんだと思うけど。
Yeah, I know.
ヤマトはテこ入れが必要って言ってたけど、私の新衣装を広めばそれじゃダメかな。いいね。趣里の衣装があればもう制服で練習しなくてよくなるし。
Some may say there's nothing wrong with a school uniform, but uniforms don't exactly scream divine idol. Even a few comments had complained that the girls didn't have proper outfits. I couldn't deny a stage outfit was what the fans wanted. Sure, let's give that a try and see what happens.
もちろん並行して練習は続けるわよ。ユニットとして完成度が低いのは事実なんだから。
I guess we can't keep making it up as we go. We'd end up in trouble if we didn't put together a good performance pretty soon. Yep. The wait was over. Shuri's stage clothes were finally ready.
やっとこれで神様アイドルっぽくなるね。
The girls hadn't looked bad in their uniforms, but this outfit would make Shuri look all the more authentic.
それにしても遅いな。いつまで着替えてるんだろう。
Kagura ran out of patience and tried to barge in on Shuri, which of course is the thing to do when somebody is changing clothes. But at that moment, Sarah returned from helping Shuri change.
お待たせ、二人とも。着付け終わったわよ。
So, where's the lady of the hour?
恥ずかしがって出てこないよ。どうする？こっちから行く？よーし、こうなったら私の踊りで首里に出てこさせるよ。
Well, you are Ame no Uzume, after all. The old legends say that when Amaterasu shut herself away in the cave, Ame no Uzume danced so beautifully that the sun goddess was tempted back into the world. So perhaps Kagura's moves could even drag out the suddenly shy Shuri.
じゃあ、早速。
Kagura took hold of the hem of her uniform skirt. Whoa, 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 what are you doing?
踊りに人力を乗せるには神様服を着てないと効果激減だし。
But you're a goddess! Shouldn't you be able to use, like, magic or something to change your clothes instantly? That's what Sarah always did. I looked to her for help, but she shook her head apologetically.
あれは神様なら誰でもできることじゃないよ。
Oh. Okay, great.
私はサラさんみたいにすごくないから普通にお着替えしなきゃいけないんだよ。
Kagura rummaged through her bag and brought out her outfit. She looked more like a cosplayer than a goddess. Wait, you're not gonna change here, are you?
よ別に裸になるわけじゃないんだし私気にしないよ
As she spoke, Kagura started to strip.
待ってお願いだからそれ以上脱ぐのはやめてね
This girl has no sense of self-awareness.
やだよ
Shuri, please come out! You're the only one who can stop her now! Kagura wasn't listening to us anymore, so I shouted through the door for Shuri to help.
何やってるのよもう
It wasn't what we'd planned, but Kagura did make Shuri show herself. You can't argue with results. Hey lady, here's $10. Go buy the rest of that outfit. Shuri's stage clothes showed a lot more skin than I'd expected. That said, it wasn't obscene in any way. It had kind of a mystical feel about it. The outfit was unlike Sarah's or Kagura's, a design totally unique to Shuri. In her uniform, she could probably be mistaken for a human, but in this outfit, her divinity was clear for everyone to see. Okay, I think it's... Wow. How does the fabric stay in her chest area? It makes no sense unless it's glued. These are goddesses, and even more importantly, it's anime. No questioning anime physics. No, it looks great on you! Giving her a straight-up compliment felt awkward. That was the best I could come up with. Shuri's sex appeal had shot through the roof. There was just something really attractive about it. I guess when people want to see goddesses, they want to see as much of the goddesses as they can. I guess. I guess we'll see Kagura's outfit at some point, right? Oh wait, she has her one from the cafe, that's right. Hey, we're trying to avoid using that word. In Kagura's world, sexy is justice. I wouldn't say I disagree, but this wasn't the time to bring it up. Poor girl. Shuri looked even more embarrassed than before. Kagura was doing her best to be supportive, but her values were way too different from Shuri's. What's a sari? Shuri had been on the verge of tears, but Sarah's suggestion helped her regain her composure a little. Oh, okay. Okay. Sarah applauded the new addition to the ensemble. I think she tried to sound extra enthusiastic to avoid making Shuri too insecure to wear the outfit. Kagura, never change. Kagura's disinterest seemed to reassure Shuri. That would do it then. Maybe the outfit was less explicit now, but it was still sexy. Actually, I liked it even better than before. The look suited Shuri a lot more. The sari covered up a lot, but the material was so thin you could easily see through it. Somehow, catching a glimpse through the fabric was much more sensual than if her skin had been totally exposed. Nope, we do not stop staring. We're playing this game and I'm going to enjoy every pixel of it. Oh, sorry. I was just so captivated by your beauty. The sari gives you this air of mystery. It makes you look a lot more like a goddess. Not to mention cute. As I spoke, I felt myself blushing more and more. But I carried on and did my best to boost Shuri's self-esteem. Nah, it works great. I couldn't help it. That's just how I feel. Atta girl. You just look so gorgeous. Those clothes really look good on you. She sure did love getting praise. Thanks to the improvement in Shuri's mood, we managed to settle the manner on her outfit. There we go. Okay, I'm going to start recording. We'd moved to my room and were staging an impromptu photo shoot. It was a good chance to create some buzz around Shuri's new outfit. Yeah, that's what Kagura wears. She thought Shuri's was sexier than that? Okay. Today, the duo's name had been changed to Kagura and Shuri, to be confirmed, and Kagura had accordingly taken over as leader. That probably wouldn't last long once the fans saw Shuri's new look. Maybe designing both girls' outfits around a similar theme would make them look more like a real duo. But these two weren't going to be working together forever, and after the qualifiers ended, they'd be competing against each other. That's fair. Shuri shot a suspicious glance at Sarah. So we're leaving Yamato here in his t-shirt and jeans. Well, they're all just like this. Shuri rolled her eyes. In an attempt to escape Shuri's gaze, Sarah hid behind me. Hold on a minute, Sarah. That plan was all well and good, but she was awfully close. The sweet fragrance of her perfume and her soft body against mine was going to distract me. Despite their own charms, Kagura and Shuri were pretty intimidated by the superstar aura Sarah emitted. I think it made them both more aware of what kind of level they need to reach in the future. I could practically hear the other girls' unvoiced complaints. It's just not fair. Wow, that was amazing, Dim. I've had a few thunders like that. That's always kind of weird when it happens. Oh, looks like your new outfit is a big hit, Shuri. We got a lot more comments than before. I guess we could call this development a success. And it's not just Shuri's. I guess this counts as announcing Kagura's too. She'd posted photos before, but this was the first time she'd uploaded a video of herself in costume since forming the duo. Lots of people say it's sexy. These outfits were in a completely different league than the altogether less revealing uniforms. I would hope that they would be a success with what they had to go through.
やっぱりエッチって言われまくってるし。
After practice, we'd gone to Kagura's cafe and continued checking the reactions to the video on a tablet.
みんな喜んでくれてるし、いいと思うけどな。ほらほら、順位だって上がってるよ。またすぐに抜かれちゃってるじゃん。
Today, they'd been Shuri and Kagura, to be confirmed.
それより神楽こそ、よくそんな格好で平気ね。
Oh, she's comfortable without the outfit, too. I said what I said.
慣れだよ慣れ。シュリだって神様アイドル目指してるなら、こういう衣装で人前に立つのも慣れなきゃダメだよ。
Saying that, Kagura went back to work.
私もこういうお店でバイトした方がいいのかな。
And dance on stage like Kagura?
正直私には辛いわ。
Shuri had finally approved her outfit, but she evidently still had some issues.
まあいいわ。とにかくコメントに返信するわね。
We'd started replying to the video's comments. There were some pretty personal questions mixed in, but I think most fans were just excited to be able to talk to a real, live Divine Idol.
またエッチな質問だよ。
Yeah, you're going to find plenty of those. Welcome to the internet. You know, you don't have to answer every single one. You could always ignore them or pass them over to Kagura.
そういうわけにはいかないでしょ。この人は私のことが知りたいんだから。神楽に押し付けるなんてとんでもない。
I guess so. You're doing a great job, though.
何よいきなりびっくりするじゃない。
Sorry, just do the best you can, alright? Shuri and Kagura really knew what they were doing. Even though they were working as a duo, each of them was trying to learn from the other, then use that experience to surpass them.
ヤマトはこの調子で頑張れって言うけど、本当にそれでいいのかな。エッチな方向で話題になるのはやっぱり違うと思うんだ。私はパフォーマンスでファンのみんなを魅了したい。L7 と比べたらまだまだだと思う。でも新メンバーになろうって言うなら、サラさんたちに匹敵するレベルにならないと。だからヤマトもそのつもりでいて。私は神楽と一緒にそこを目指していくつもりだから。
Perhaps I'd been naive to think just increasing the girls' popularity and raising their rank would be enough. All along, Shuri had been thinking about the bigger picture, trying to plan for what would happen if she did pass the auditions and join L7. I understand. I'll do my best to support you two to the very end.
いろいろ難しいと思うけど、よろしく頼むわね。
That's when I knew I had to change. I'd had to improve my own skills to properly support Shuri and Kagura as they grew as idols. My conversation with Shuri had inspired me, and there was something I'd noticed since I was put in charge of filming. My camera technique was way too amateurish, and my editing was nothing to write home about either. I was holding Shuri and Kagura back. There had even been some comments to that effect. Sorry to bother you with this.
いいっていいって。カメラの練習でしょ。神楽&シュリかっこ仮には必要なんだし、付き合うよ。
The fact that she had sneakily changed the name didn't escape me, but under the circumstances, I decided to let it go.
シュリにも声かけなくてよかったの？せっかくだし一緒に撮ればいいのに。
I did ask, but she turned me down. She said it'd be too embarrassing for her. Shuri was getting used to the camera, but she refused to be filmed for anything other than official footage.
もう恥ずかしいのも慣れたら気持ちよくなるのにね。
You think so?
そうだよ。人に見られるのが嫌で神様アイドルなんてできないって。
Good point. We walked out from the side alley onto Akihabara's main street. Somewhere in the mass of the high-rise buildings, we found a little photo studio.
それじゃ にとっていいよ。
Kagura lay down on the sofa and meowed at me. Somehow she managed to turn a cute little gesture into dynamite.
あれ、取らないの？のんびりしてるとレンタル時間終わっちゃうよ。
Right. We only rented the studio for an hour. I couldn't just stand around. I switched on the camera and started recording.
全体を撮るばっかりじゃなくて、私の魅力的な部分を狙って撮るといいと思うよ。
I can think of 2 attractive features that she might be talking about. Kagura's performances at the cafe had been recorded, so she already had a few good pointers for me. I'd also done some research of my own online and picked up some tips that I wanted to try out.
もしかして恥ずかしがってる？遠慮しないでいいんだよ。ほらほら。
She flashed her well-proportioned thighs at me as if issuing a challenge. I zoomed in and did my best to follow her movements.
あれれ？無言？撮りながらなんか喋ってよ。
Sorry, I don't think I can. I was concentrating so much on getting the filming right, and the subject matter wasn't making it any easier.
しょうがないな。じゃあ被写体の私が頑張っちゃうしかないか。こういうのはどう？
We saw that coming. This time, Kagura tried to accentuate her chest, too. She posed in a way that really emphasized the cleavage peeking out from inside her blouse. You don't need to go that far.
別に見えてないんだしいいじゃん。
Just feeling like I might see something makes me more nervous.
なら狙い通りってことだね。ふふふ。
It looked like I'd fallen into Kagura's trap. Spurred on by my reaction, she started to strike even more provocative poses. Her uniform barely covered anything as it was, but the way she was moving it was like I might catch a glimpse of something sensual at any moment.
どう？エッチな気分になっちゃった？
Whatever, it's fine.
ヤマトってばかわいい。もうちょっとサービスしちゃおうかな。
Wow. Hey, quit it! I really will see something at this rate. I couldn't take my eyes off her skirt. Right now, she was holding it down so it wouldn't get flipped up, but the way she did it was really enticing.
もし見えちゃったらそこは編集でカットしてね。
Of course!
撮るだけならねえ別にね。
This girl's crazy. No friggin' way! Well, at least that's what I said inside my head. When Kagura kept trying to take it a little further, some things just end up being seen.
ねえ見えちゃったよ。
No.
嘘だよ。見えてるでしょ。
But you're supposed to be able to see them, right? You always wear that kind for your shows.
ステージではそういうの履くけどね。今は違うよ。見せない方のパンツだから。
The image of Kagura's private kind of underwear was burned into my eyes.
楽しかった。
Oh, is an hour over already? Before I knew it, our hour was up. Called it. I felt like we just finished doing something shady in our own secret room.
どうかな？ちょっとは練習になった？
I think so, thanks to you. I felt emotionally exhausted now, though.
そっか。また練習したくなったら言ってね。いつでも付き合うから。
Kagura waved happily and made a move to leave. Hold on, let me walk you back.
平気平気。それじゃあ出来上がりを楽しみにしてるからね。
Yeah, same. All right. How do I save? Yes? 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 Yes, okay! Seems like a good stopping point. How do I go back to the title? There we go. Yeah, it's saved. Okay, good. All good. Okay. That was part 1 of LoveKami Divinity Stage. What a fun, funny little visual novel. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Who will end up being the new member of L7? Wearing something like that. Okay. I'll be back next Sunday to continue my playthrough of this game, and I'll be back on Tuesday to play, I don't know yet, something else. Remember, if you guys want, you can get a copy of LoveKami Trilogy yourself physically on Nintendo Switch through PlayAsia.com. Head over there and get a copy. Thanks, Dimlord, for being here, and Bucky Blaze, shout out to the lurkers, and shout out to everyone watching this on YouTube afterwards. On behalf of East Asia Soft, I have been Skull. Have yourselves a great day and a great week. Let me know if you're Kagura Shuri or Shuri Kagura, to be confirmed. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.